Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, Stan the Movie Man here with your WIMZ.com movie review. After a week off, I am back, and this week you sent me to see Wreck-It Ralph, the new animated film from Walt Disney, now the proud owners of the Star Wars franchise. A completely different thing that I need to talk about some other time. Wreck-It Ralph has the voice talents of John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Jack McBrayer, Jane Lynch, and more. It is the story of a video game called Fix-It Felix Jr., whose main bad guy is Wreck-It Ralph. Now, in the story of the video game, Wreck-It Ralph's stump gets moved to the city dump because they are building a new apartment building where his stump used to be. He gets very angry about that and goes to the building to wreck it by punching it with his enormous hands. Then along comes Fix-It Felix Jr., who's voiced by Jack McBrayer. He comes along with his magic hammer that he got from his dad and repairs the damage, all the while Wreck-It Ralph is trying to hit him with bricks he throws from the roof. If you manage to fix the repairs without being hit by a brick, then the people who live in the apartment building throw Ralph off the roof. Well, this video game is 30 years old now, and Wreck-It Ralph doesn't want to be a bad guy anymore. He wants to be a hero. He wants to win a medal and earn the respect of the other characters in the game, because you see, video games have lives of their own. When the arcade closes, they are able to mix and mingle and go between various games, or at least come together at a central video game hub where they can converse and talk and have lives. Wreck-It Ralph decides he needs to win a medal to earn the respect of the people in the game who dislike him, whether the arcade is open or not. So he decides to go into a first-person shooter where he runs into Jane Lynch's character, Sergeant Calhoun. She's a very hard military type who takes no prisoners and shoots first and asks questions later. But in that particular video game, if you reach the top of this tower without being eaten by a bug, an alien bug, you get a medal. Well, that's the perfect thing for Ralph, so he decides he's going to do that. But while he's getting his medal, he gets dropped into a little sort of space pod shuttle thing, and he gets launched away from the tower and unable to control it with one of these bugs on his face. He winds up crashing in a racing game called Sugar Rush, and he loses his medal. The movie is about how he tries to find the medal in the Sugar Rush game, at the same time helping Vanellope von Schweetz, who's voiced by Sarah Silverman, who is a character that nobody likes in her game as well. The movie is a ton of fun. It is a really sweet and nice film that has a great message that kids and adults can both enjoy the film. Its humor is largely simple and silly, but it works on levels for both children and adults. And the voice work is really good. John C. Reilly is Wreck-It Ralph, and he is really able to convey Ralph's pain at being a bad guy and his desire to be a good guy. There's also a great deal of retro game references in the film. You see Q*bert, you see Pac-Man, you see one of the ghosts from Pac-Man. There's even a Bad Guys Anonymous kind of club where all the bad guys get together to talk about their feelings and try to work out their issues. And that meets over in the Pac-Man game, and they all are in that center box where the where the ghosts come from. It's a lot of fun. It's a hugely imaginative movie that, while not really taking any chances, is able to use video games and the characters in video games to tell a story that is universal. And I commend them for it. It's a really fun movie, and as I said, works for adults and children. The humor works for adults and children, and I think the message also works for adults and children as well. Guess what I'm giving it? 5 guitars. Go to WIMZ.com to read my complete review as well as to vote on the movie that I see next time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send them to me at StanTheMovieMan@att.net, and you can follow me on Twitter, where you can get my instant, during the closing credits, 140 character or less review of the film that I see. You can go there to Twitter, and my handle is @MovieManStan. Till next time, later, Tater.